Hey everyone, Scott here. I've been working on the Red River Fox. I've gotten a lot done, a lot of little stuff. So stick with me and I'll walk you around and show you what I've done. Okay, so I have been on a vacation in between jobs. So I spent 5 days, four and a half days, working on getting a lot of stuff done. So let's see, what have I done? Well, oh yeah, got a radiator. And I went back and forth on how to do it, and I just couldn't decide. And finally, I decided to just follow what everybody else had done on their Kit Fox, and hey, it worked great. I'm really, really, really pleased with it. How it fits in the scoop. I think it should work nicely. Now I just got to figure out how to plumb in for the cabin heater, which is going to go right here. I'm going to make a tray for it, and I said figure out how I'm going to plumb into it. Let's see, I've cleaned up some of the wiring, bundled it up. I'm going to make a harness to hold this up and some other things. If you've been following me, you know I kind of had an issue with my avionics fan. I destroyed the first one and then finally broke down and really splurged. Spent a whole $5 on this one, and it works. So nothing fancy. It just blows air into the back of the iPad mount. I want to thank Kevin Palmer for this one. Several weeks ago, there was a posting on Facebook. Someone was asking about where to put the static line for their for their airplane, because we don't have a static port. You know, there's not a port right back there or up here. So I sent a picture of what I had done. And so these are both pitot going to the AV30 and the airspeed. And this is my static line. And I had run it down here and had it just terminating right about here. Kevin pointed out that to do that, when air flows through the cowling, it's going to go past the blanket. There will be a certain amount of air that penetrates, and it's going to blow right into that port. So, thank you, Kevin. Cut it loose, and I've run it up here so it, I call it a rain gauge right there. So it's inside the cockpit, out of the airflow. It should work well. I put some panels in here. You can see I've got one over there, because I want to, in time, right here where you can see, in time, once I've firmed up how I'm going to do it, I want to go all the way up to the firewall, and I'm going to cover these in the same fabric I covered the floorboard for the luggage bag, just to kind of insulate it a little bit and just kind of dress it up. So got that going on. Got my throttle in. Yay! It does stuff, but doesn't actually do stuff. And the choke, and I'm not thrilled with how I did the choke. And this is what happens when you are in such a hurry you don't stop and think about things. If I had been thinking about things, this would have been right there. But I wasn't. I was in too big a hurry. So this is a lesson learned for me. I wonder when I'm going to quit learning that lesson. Let's see, back here, I tinted my turtle deck. And I went round and round, how to do it. I talked to several local tinters, and one guy who actually does it for several people. He's on several Cirrus or CRI at the McKinney Airport, and with great success. And I thought, well, I'll do that. But he said something that really concerned me. He said, now, I can't guarantee that I won't ruin your Lexan. It's like, well, I don't want that to happen. So I went out and got a big sheet of the cling vinyl, applied it just like tint. I did have to adhere the edge, top and bottom edge. Once it dried well, it's pretty good, and I'm pretty happy with it. I chose not to do the sides because, well, it was going to be too difficult. I really just needed this, not the sides. So, because I do have a porch, so I should be good there. Let's see, what else? I've already talked to you guys about the tires and the shock monster. Oh, oil cooler. So I, put it on here. I was really happy with it. Only it was upside down, so I took it off and put it the correct way so the ports are on the bottom. And then today, I was in here and I was like, well, I'm going to change the oil pressure sensor because the JPI requires a two connector. So I'm taking this one off, and I thought, have you read the book? Have you looked at the instructions? So when I did, I discovered that the JPI cannot be mounted directly to the engine. I have to make or buy a standoff. Stephanie thinks we could, make a longer one and mount it back down here somewhere. That's fine. I don't care. But it's just one more example of why I wish I hadn't gotten the JPI. I consistently run into things where the JPI is more difficult, more expensive, more this, more that, more whatever. In hindsight, if I was going to do this again, which I will, I would just get a Dynon, just spend the money, do it right the first time, and quit monkeying around with this other stuff. So there you go. When I strike it rich, they find oil in my backyard, whatever, I'm going to put a Dynon on this thing. Got my fuel return line. That's in here. Got it all worked out through here. This is still loose, so don't judge me for that. I'll fix it. And this is a rat's nest over here I'm still working on. But again, I'm, still running wires. So let's see, what else have I done? Oh, I replaced the gaskets in the fuel caps, only to find that one of them is so tight I can't put it on by hand. And last but not least, I took the anchor off the tail wheel. It was hanging right there. And I know there's a bunch of washers. That's just temporary. In case they need to put the plane on the ground, the tail wheel will support it. I'm going to order the right size bolt. So this anchor, and I'm not kidding, I think it weighs about 25 pounds. I am absolutely not kidding you. It's a big chunk of lead. So I'll be interested to see what the weight and balance comes out to on this thing. Oh, and there's a hole I need to fix. Keep forgetting about that hole. So that's my update. There won't be another one for at least a month because I have every weekend is booked, for the next month. So until then, you guys be safe, and I'll see you later. Bye.